I'll send all kinds of Snapchats to my kids, just rubbing it in.
Do you use Snapchat?
Rub it in. I do Snapchat. That's the one thing I do.
Okay.
It's great. It's a great way to track and know where my kids are at, right?
There you go.
I don't Snapchat these guys. Snapchat my knuckle ones. It's a good way to stay in touch.
I know next time we're going to see you is at Hillsboro.
Yep.
And Gary, is that kind of twofold? An opportunity to showcase the program somewhere else. Also, it's a little eye on recruiting, maybe just with the Portland area.
Yeah, those are two important things. There's no question. I mean, we need to go and get in that environment, give the boosters a chance to not have to come as far in spring to come and watch these kids. And it's just a way for us to be able to kind of say, hey, we're going to come to you this time. But I would also say in recruiting, it's a positive. We can't really recruit when we're there, but the kids, it's sure easier for them to get there on a certain weekend when they may have 3 or 4 things going, and they can give us an hour or 2 to come and watch a scrimmage. So that's important. And it's really important for this football team to get into a setting of getting on a bus and traveling to a game and treating Saturday like it's a game. And we have a lot of kids that haven't done that. You know, a lot of things to talk about as you go through that. But you talk about a number of kids on this football team as a whole that have played in a winning environment, a winning team in Division I football. There's 7 of them that raise their hands when I ask them that question. So a lot of kids haven't played. A lot of kids haven't played winning football, so they need to learn how to get themselves prepared to get into a football game and do what they do individually. In this next 48 hours, we're treating it as if it's a game and get themselves ready to go play. So it'll be interesting. Excited about the day. It's going to be fun. Let them out there and run around and see exactly where we're at.
Basically at the midway point now of spring ball, give or take.
Yep.
I guess one practice. But just what are you most pleased with, and where do you feel like the biggest thing you guys still need to work on during the back half of spring ball?
Well, I would say right now their ability to dig into these mentally long periods of time that we're with them. And if you go to Sunday, you know, we're here Sunday night for a long film session. We wake up bright and early on Monday morning and we practice. We come back Tuesday morning and have film, and then they've got an hour and a half, whatever that break is, to get ready for practice, breakfast, so on and so forth, come out for a long period of practice. And so they're up there, you know, their football responsibility at that time is exactly 4 hours, but they're in the building even longer. And I'm proud of the way they've handled that for the first 2 weeks. We'll see as we get into the 3rd week how they handle that, so that's been encouraging. And I would say that the way that they've practiced with each other as far as competing at a high level, staying clean at a high level, and working to get better, whether it's what we call scrimmage tempo or it's live tempo, or if it's thud, or if it's tag. And they've done a good job with that. Where we need to continue to develop is the difference makers. I want to see who's that guy. As we talk about a lot of times in this league, you need to have a handful of those guys who can make those plays. When the play works well, then it works really well. When it becomes a 15-yard play, becomes a 70-yard play, or a free blitz to the quarterback becomes truly a sack, or you win on the edge. The extra plays that players make plays, players win games. It's a little redundant, I suppose, by now, but that is the facts, and that's what we're really looking forward to see as we move forward.
What's it been like for you working with the defensive line, kind of balancing the position group with trying to walk around and see everybody? How's that been going?
It's been great. I got Grant working with me, and Grant's been a huge help for handling those kids from the academic standpoint and keeping them on cue as far as that goes. I can get into the meeting rooms. They're starting to understand, and I try to coach them at practice. I've got them all through the individuals. I've got them through some of the group work, but they've got to understand I will walk away during the game in that situation. And I think Coach Chad has done a tremendous job of taking the outside backers, but yet still filtering in with the D linemen, especially in those live drills. They're learning that role as a group of players. And they're settling themselves in, and I think we're moving in the right direction. We've got to find 6 that can play, and hopefully there's a 7th, and that's definitely still a work in progress. However, in a lot of areas, their technique, their fundamentals, understanding to play with their head on fire, what we call red line effort. It's all improving, but improvement isn't enough.
Yeah, you say you want to find 6 or 7. Has anybody been sticking out to you so far?
I'm just going to stick with them with the group. I've told these kids I want them to do that, so to you guys, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to try to be able to let you make your own impressions of who's playing and what they're doing, but we need to talk about not what we're going to do and how good we're going to be or any of those things or who's playing well or whatever. We wake up tomorrow and grind again, and that's kind of our got to be our MO with this football team. So I like where they're moving. It's fun to coach a position. I can tell you that much. It's been a long time since I've been in there and been in those meetings and be with those kids, and you develop even a tighter bond with the group of kids when you coach a position.
I think Mason and Daryl, if I'm not mistaken, were teammates in high school way back when. It's kind of cool, Gary, to see them kind of reunited. And is Daryl taking him under his wing a little bit at this point?
Yeah, I think absolutely. Mason is accepting that too. Mason understands that he could still very easily be walking the hallways in high school, and this has all come upon him very, very fast. Daryl's a great sounding board, and so is Marcus. It's a good room. There's not an agenda from what I see, and the team comes out and plays with whatever quarterback's in there, and it's been good. And Mason is definitely drinking out of a fire hose, like we like to say, but he's handling it, and he's feeling a little bit more comfortable. He's still ups and downs. That's what spring ball is. You go up and down, and you get better the next day. And he's done some good things, but Daryl has done a nice job of leading him, and I would say again the same thing about Marcus.
Has there been a position group that's made a jump from week 1 to week 2?
Just off the top of my head, I'd probably have to say the tight ends. I think they're more involved in the offense. They've been excited about getting some balls thrown to them and being able to complete those balls. They're blocking better. It's up and down. It's back and forth. Two very young players, but they've done some good things. I think they're both growing up and getting into the spot, and hopefully we can get Caleb back there in the fall, and we can be 3 strong at that tight end position. Would be a good spot for us to be in.
Here, I know it's about the players who are here and the players who are coming in the fall, but some players left. Is that just sort of, you've been to head coach several different places, is that just kind of part of the deal when a new regime comes in and you don't really worry too much about the players who left? It's all about who's here.
Yeah, I don't say I don't worry about the kids that leave. I'm there for them. They know that. There's not one of those kids where I stick my nose in the air and say, "Don't ever talk to me again." I don't delete their number from my phone. I want kids to be where they want to be, and there's a different opportunity for kids as they go through. They make a decision. Whether I agree or I disagree, it doesn't mean I hate, and I never will, and I'll support them as we go through those times. But there is a transition, and we are going to be who we are. You've got to hold yourself accountable to a high level. You have to understand you are going to be forced to compete every day. These kids understand now we will work every single day to out-recruit you. And that's not because we don't like you. It's because we're trying to get the best players on the field, and we're asking you to grow and develop every single day. Some kids can accept that. Some kids take exception to that. And if you don't want to live in our environment, it doesn't matter who you are, then it's not the right place for you. Anything else? We good?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.